Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
I go back in on Monday. You could have hollered at us on Monday. If you truly felt like there was something, like, there is nothing that they will say that will make me believe that this action needed to take place, and it needed to take place without the consultation of the Congress. All right, give me one more.
How can the Senate be involved and make them accountable for what they're doing?
I mean, listen, y'all was talking about accountability. The systems have broken down. The systems have broken down because people have legitimately decided that they would rather serve him than serve the people that put them into office. Like, I don't really have any, like, good answers for you, except for the fact that legitimately everything that he does is, like, against the law. Like, he just breaks the law. And I know that there are some people that think that I just say this stuff because I'm a Democrat. And I can tell you, I have my own issues with my own party. I'm not saying these things because I'm a Democrat. I'm saying these things because I am a black woman in America who just happens to be educated enough to know what the law is. And
a black woman. You know, it all comes back down to skin color with these people. It always comes back down to skin color. It always somehow comes back down the skin. Anyways,
I can tell you that while some people want to disparage my credibility and act as if I don't know what I'm talking about, I can absolutely guarantee to you that if you Google war and authority and constitution, you're going to see Congress. And this thing that's like on my chest tells you that I am a member of Congress. I don't really know. Like, and the biggest problem that we face right now is that we have an administration that does not care about making sure that they abide by rules or abide.
But boy, oh boy, oh boy, yeah, family. You just can't make that up, you know. People are ready for this lady to be replaced, expelled, walked out in handcuffs. Texas is ashamed of this lady. District is failing, you know. And every time she goes public, it's nothing but just deranged. I'm a black woman. Violence, hatred, no common sense. Y'all leave a beautiful comment down below for Jasmine Crockett. What do you think of Miss Jasmine Crockett? You just can't make this up, man.
Texas, what are y'all doing? Are y'all really proud of the representation y'all getting from Jasmine Crockett? I'm serious. Are y'all proud at the way Jasmine Crockett carries herself in Congress? Jasmine Crockett is a racist, trashy, ghetto piece of mess. Yup, I said it. Y'all get mad at me all y'all want. I stand 10 toes down on what I said. I said it, I meant it. She's a ghetto, trashy, racist piece of crap. Jasmine Crockett's mouth is completely filthy to be in Congress. For her to be representing the American people, her mouth is filthy. She don't even know when to cut it off. I don't care what she say at home and how she talk at home, but when you're in Congress representing the people of the United States of America, representing the people of your district, you should know how to act and how to control yourself. Her mouth is ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. My mouth can be ridiculous sometimes, but I'm not in Congress. I'm not representing a certain district of people who put me in office. And you can best believe if I was, I would know how to act and how to carry myself. Even if you disagree with someone, you should know how to carry yourself. Jasmine Crockett is a piece of ghetto trash. And I'm so sick of y'all out here telling myself, oh, Jasmine Crockett is a strong black woman. Jasmine Crockett don't take no mess. Oh, Jasmine Crockett, she'll tell you off. Jasmine Crockett is a ghetto piece of trash who do not know how to control herself or do not know how to act in Congress. And it is what it is. I mean, are y'all really proud of this? Women, are we? Is this what represent us? Are these the type of women that we want representing us in Congress? I'm serious. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Latino. I don't care what you are. Is this what you want representing us as women? And stop lumping all us black women up together, acting like we agree with this bull crap that Jasmine Crockett doing, because we don't. Jasmine Crockett is a Texas. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing, Texas? At this point, everything is a joke. This is a joke. The Democratic Party already is a joke. And if Jasmine Crockett is supposed to be the new face of the Democratic Party, she's supposed to be the new leader of the Democratic Party. Child, y'all in more trouble than I even thought. And it is what it is.
I like the child. Sound like my family members. Child, y'all like child. Yeah. I mean, hey, he's been saying this for a very long time. You know? And this is why it gets worse and worse and worse for Democrats, you know? You know? But Jasmine Crockett fuming that President Trump didn't holler to ask her for permission to strike Iran. She says, I'm a black woman in America who happens to be educated enough to know what the law is. I'm a black woman in America. You know, like I say, it always comes back down to skin color with these Democrats, these race hustlers, race baiters. You know, look at my necklace. I'm a member of Congress. I'm a black woman. And like I always say, man, one love to the human race. I don't care what your skin color is, man. We don't care where you come from, what you look like, what age you are. We are wishing the best in everybody's life, man. You know. But ever since Trump got back in office too, it's like people think we went back years. You know, like somebody's on you know, like and you see the the women on the spew, the Whoopi Goldberg say, being black, it's better living in Iran than living in America being black. I tell you, man, these people are so out of touch. They need to come back to reality. Maybe if they just come back to reality, it might help the Democrat Party. But I don't think they have it's done. It's shot.
Be the dumbest shit I've ever heard come out of Jasmine Crockett's mouth, and I didn't think that was possible. But she said in a video that the Congress would be back on Monday. President Trump could have hollered at them. They could have consulted them. You know, this was the most airtight, secretive operation in American history.
Barry, we them Patriots seen your real birth certificates. We know about Big Mike. We know about the chef. Miss Rivers told us too. She warned us. But Barry didn't have to holler at Congress. And it was bombs everywhere. Just saying.
Like no one knew about it until Trump put it on social media. And she wants to take to Twitter like she's stoned and say he could have hollered at him. I mean, that is embarrassing. And you don't have to consult Congress to issue an airstrike, just like Obama didn't consult Congress when he issued drone strikes on Pakistan. But I want y'all to hear this video. It's actually embarrassing.
Back in on Monday. You could have hollered at us on Monday. If you truly felt like there was something, like, there is nothing that they will say that will make me believe that this action needed to take place, and it needed to take place without the consultation of the Congress. All right.
So has to be.
I feel like the entire internet, when it comes to this lady, and even people, like, as you can see, people on the left, right, yeah, Democrats, people are sick of this woman, man. You know, it just gets worse and worse and worse for this woman every single day. You know, and then she went on a 21-minute rant about Trump. You know,
To jump on. Hopefully I've got a decent connection. Is unilateral. So heartbroken is because I don't think a number of nations should have nuclear weapons. Like, let's just kind of level set on that.
They need to walk this hypocrite. They need to walk this hypocrite out. I'm saying they should have been investigated her. She should be audited, thrown against the wall. They need to frisk her down. Be careful though, her eyelash might fall off. Be careful, sir. Her eyelash might fall off. This heifer here, man, they ought to walk this heifer out.
But at the same time, I wouldn't want anybody randomly just kind of coming at our throats and being like, yo, like y'all got nukes, so we just gonna, like, no.
But this is what's in Congress. This is what's in Congress. I'll tell you. That's what I'm telling you. Y'all be thinking I'm crazy when I be advocating for them just to walk in there and put people on the floor against the wall, walk them out, put their hands behind their back. I mean, y'all think I just be talking. I'm serious. This is the mess that is in Congress. And this is why they want her removed, replaced. This is why.
No. That is not.
Look,
that is.
And as the video goes on for 21 minutes, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Putting us in harm's way. I am telling you right now that I legitimately have had no intel whatsoever. Zero intel as a sitting member of Congress, regardless of how you feel about me, regardless of my party affiliation. No one has consulted specifically with me or anybody in my office to give us any information. And so the idea that this dude sitting in the White House, it didn't come from Congress. So the only person that it could have come from would be him. So this is me making assumptions, and he's talking about he gonna jump on and talk about it after the fact or whatever. We are putting our loved ones as well as those in this country in harm's way, and I legitimately have no understanding of why or how. And so I just want you, if you're following my page, chances are you're probably not MAGA. But I need you to talk to anybody that supports this dude and his agenda or whatever, and I literally need you to wake them the fuck up.
I'll let y'all, comment on that. I'll let y'all comment on that. As you can see, the messaging doesn't work. That messaging makes it worse for them.
American.
But again, it's just, I'm a black woman in Congress. Remember, she said, hire me because I'm black. We don't, and that's what kills me with all this woke crap and why we want it out of this country. Nobody cares what you do in your bedroom. Nobody cares if you have a vagina. Nobody cares if you're black, white, blue, yellow, Hispanic, Asian. Nobody cares. Are you qualified? I don't care if the restaurant's black owned. Is the food good? Can you pass a health inspection? I don't care if you're black. These people kill me, man. They need to remove this woman, man.
I have a word for Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. This is for you. Because before you go screaming on national television, before you go calling American first people racists and pretending your party is the moral compass for black Americans, let me just set the record straight. Let this reminder stand in your mind. It's not just for you, but it's for every suit-wearing, mic-grabbing, camera-thirsty black Democrat who has forgotten what party they serve. You serve the party that enslaved us. You served the party that hunted us with dogs and ropes. You served the party that poisoned us with medicine, sterilized us with scalpels, and flooded our neighborhoods with drugs and bullets. And now, you drape yourself in Juneteenth colors
And illegal alien criminals.
As if your party had anything to do with freedom? Let me remind you of this. The devil doesn't get to celebrate the day he got cast out of heaven. Juneteenth is not your banner. It is the funeral date of your party's Southern Empire. And it is a mirror, one you refuse to look into. So before you use your seat in Congress to scold Republicans and America First Americans or accuse anyone of racism, do yourself the dignity of learning the bloodstained legacy of the party you represent. Because this chapter just doesn't expose history, it exposes you. Now let's begin.
Ooh, that brother was passionate right there. Who did that? Who did that? But this brings me to this clip here of her on the spew. You know, it just gets worse and worse. And we gonna put this logo up so they won't take down my video. Y'all know how they do it. You know, y'all know how they do it. You know, and this show is on the verge of, they need to just cancel this mess. Even Bill Maher came out yesterday saying, Democrats, you might do yourself a favor if y'all get rid of this show. You might help yourself out. You just might help yourself out, because it seems like this show continues to help Trump win. It helped Trump win. And then they played the clip of them asking Kamala on what she would do different than Joe Biden when Sonny Holston asked that question. But this show is so out of touch and deranged. It just gets worse and worse and worse for Democrats because of shows like this. And Whoopi says it's better to live in Iran than America being black. It's worse to be black living in America.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think that no King's demonstration is
And of course, she comes onto the spew. We call it the spew on Juneteenth.
going to do something?
I hope so. I think that it's good to be in community. Right now, a lot of people are like, what can I do? And I feel helpless and that kind of stuff. But literally to show up and to see that there's so many like-minded people, as soon as you get off of X, you can find, like-minded people, right? And so, like, seeing them in person and being in community and having the opportunity, it's astounding. It makes you say, you know what? I'm not crazy. Okay.
Right.
Like, and I'm not alone. Exactly.
Yeah. And Whoopi says that all the time. We're not alone. And that proves it.
It does. Yeah. It really does.
Anyway, in recent months, Trump has called you, quote, a low IQ person and a low life. Do you take that?
Trump ain't lie. Trump was right about a lot of things.
As a sign that you're doing something right.
I hope he also calls her a lawyer. That's another thing that she is.
This might not happen, but I'm gonna just guess. Sonny Host is also gonna say, "I hope she's a black woman." There's something about skin color, and guess what? They're sitting right next to each other, Sonny Holston and Jasmine Crockett. I can just feel something about skin color of being a black woman is gonna be said. It might not be, but I feel like that's the next thing they're gonna say.
No, he did not. He did not.
He's good at projecting, is what I'll say to that. But, I can't imagine being the president of the United States with everything that's going on in the world and worried about a sophomore in the House.
Well, you're a powerhouse, darling. Don't minimize.
Powerhouse. I don't know how anybody sits up and watch this crap. I just don't. I don't know how they do it, y'all. But I get it. This is one reason why. This is really one reason why we continue to win because of this show. Because of this crap.
Still, he the president of the United States, right? So it talks about like his level of petty, number one, and it also just kind of goes to the fact that like he's not focused on the things that he needs to focus on. Listen, you're the president, I'm over in the House, and I'm trying to get these House members to do right by their constituents, which means going against you. But you're taking out your time when people are literally struggling. You said on day one you were going to reduce the price of eggs. We ain't heard nothing about it.
Here they go again. You know, here they go. The same crap, the same sound bites, the same script, the same lies, the same misinformation.
You know, you said that you were going to stop all the wars in the world, and it seems like, you know, you go in the opposite direction. Yeah. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's real issues and there's people that are hurting, and then you had this random sidekick who decided that he was going to cut off the aid to everybody, and then you're losing in court every single day. You know, talk about, listen, call him the biggest loser, because, like, the court...
Yeah, like I told y'all, it just gets worse. It just gets worse, man. For this lady, you know. Here she is.
In right now is because we allowed them to play in our faces, and I am here. Nevertheless, we are a resilient people, and we will win, and we will survive, because if you looked out the window on somebody's birthday, well, it didn't really look like a celebration at his little bootleg party, but it did look like a real party around the rest of this country, because we, the people, stood on that day and we said that there are no kings. So let me be clear, on every single day, I need y'all to remind the people that were elected to serve you that they work for you. And it's time for them to show up for you and make sure that their policies match their promises that they made while they were on their campaign trail.
Just hooping and hollering and screaming. That's what they all do. You know, hooping, hollering, and screaming. But people are still in Dallas rooting for Sheldon Daniels. I know some of y'all might feel this way about him, feel this way, but people are rooting for Sheldon Daniels. He's running against Jasmine Crockett. You know, let me know how y'all feel.
Vote?
Yes, I am.
Hey, this is Attorney Sheldon Daniels. I'm your common sense Republican candidate for U.S. House in 2026. I'm running to unseat Jasmine Crockett. I'm standing here with Tashara. She is a new supporter. Thank you so much.
And there's some big things going on with Sheldon Daniels. And again, a lot of people are rooting for him to replace Miss Jasmine Crockett, you know.
Rights. Bitch, Jasmine Crockett is fighting for my civil rights. Bitch,
yeah, she goes off. You know, this is another walk away from the Democratic Party, and she's bashing Jasmine Crockett. And I think I seen this video. That lady went off. It's a lot of curse words. Shout out to the Cartier family. But you just can't make this up, man. You know. You just can't make this up. Oh, man. It's back in 1975, the Muppet Show predicted what most women would look like in 2024. Someone says Jasmine Crockett was my immediate reaction. Oh, man.
The idea that you want to shut down everybody that is not Fox News is bullshit. We need to stop playing, because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinion.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it used to be.
You in the new year. You know, listen, he up there, he's hearing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real.
You know, that's what it. Look at the differences.
Retire, and you're the one that I. Y'all know he ain't got no sense. So please you have your own special little army that's for you. I mean, it is just it is sick. It is really sick, and anybody that supports it is also sick.
That messaging right there does not work, ma'am. Somebody please let her know. This messaging does not work. And I want to play this clip because she got completely destroyed by Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt.
She is a rising star. It's quite something to behold, actually. I hope that she continues to be a rising star for the Republican Party, at least. I think it's incredibly derogatory to accuse nearly 80 million Americans of mental illness. The last time I checked, Jasmine Crockett couldn't dream of winning such a majority of the public as President Trump did. And the America First movement, which President Trump has built, is filled of hardworking patriots, the forgotten men and women, business owners, law enforcement officers, nurses and teachers, and middle America, as we all know, from where you all grew up, outside of this beltway. That's who makes up this president's movement. And Jasmine Crockett should go to a Trump rally sometime and she can see it for herself. Jennifer.
Because that's how she called, all Trump supporters sick. That we're all sick. Just can't make it up.
In which there is someone who is occupying the White House who does not care about any rules, any norms, any laws, nor the Constitution, and we cannot be a civilized country if there is no law and order. So I know they may claim we law and order, blah, blah, blah. So go get the undocumented people and let's try to ship them out. Let me tell you something. They are not the people that are putting us in harm's way. It is him and his administration that is putting us in harm's way. I am telling you right now that I legitimately have had no intel whatsoever. Zero intel as a sitting member of Congress, regardless of how you feel about me, regardless of my party affiliation. No one has consulted specifically with me or anybody in my office to give us any information.
What do y'all think of that, man? Let me know in the comment section. I've had enough of this lady on today's show. It just gets worse and worse every time she opens up her mouth. But I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all in the next one.